A fishing vessel is working the Yellow Sea on a gray April morning in 2003. Moving nets, routine work. Then one of the crew sees something on the horizon. A submarine, on the surface, drifting. No signal lights, no movement on deck. They call every frequency they can reach. Nothing answers. The Chinese Navy boards the vessel the following morning. When they open the hatch, every man is at his post. The engines have stopped. The systems are silent. Not one alarm has triggered. Not one distress signal was ever transmitted. No one had called for help. No one had moved. Ming 361 was a diesel-electric submarine belonging to the People's Liberation Army Navy's North Sea Fleet. On or around April 2nd, 2003, it departed for a training exercise in the Yellow Sea. Standard mission: battery maintenance run at snorkel depth. The kind of exercise every diesel-electric crew performs dozens of times a year. It never reported a problem. It never returned to base. 23 days later, a fishing crew found it drifting, hull intact, systems powered down, 71 men inside, all dead, all at their stations. No explosion, no collision, no hostile contact. The submarine had simply stopped. The Chinese Navy reached the vessel the following day. They boarded on April 26th. The cause of death was not confirmed publicly for weeks. The cause of the mission failure has never been confirmed in any public document at all. But the physics of what happened inside that hull are not in dispute. And the physics are what you need to understand. Every diesel-electric submarine in existence faces the same engineering constraint. A diesel engine needs oxygen, not stored oxygen, atmospheric oxygen, drawn continuously from outside the hull. When submerged, the submarine runs on batteries. To recharge those batteries, it starts its diesel engines. To run those engines underwater, it extends a tube above the waterline. That tube is the snorkel. At the top of the snorkel is a check valve, a mechanical door. It opens to let air in. When a wave passes over the opening, it closes to keep water out. The entire safety of the charging process depends on that door closing correctly, every time. Under any sea condition, think of it as a valve in a hospital oxygen line. You don't think about it. You don't monitor it continuously. You assume it works, because it almost always does. When the snorkel valve fails to seal, even partially, the diesel engine does not stop. It has no instruction to stop. It was built to run, and it runs. With the air path restricted, it begins drawing from the only available source, the interior of the submarine. The interior of a submarine is a sealed pressure hull. The air volume is fixed. There is no reservoir. A diesel engine running at operational speed can reduce the oxygen concentration inside a standard submarine hull from 21%, normal atmospheric level, to below 6% in approximately 2 minutes. 6% is the threshold at which the human brain can no longer coordinate a physical action. Below 6%, you cannot lift your arm deliberately. You cannot speak a full sentence. You do not know what is wrong with you. At 4%, unconsciousness in seconds. At 2%, irreversible. And here is what makes this particular mechanism lethal in ways that most emergencies are not. As oxygen drops, carbon dioxide rises. High CO2 does not cause pain. It does not trigger panic. The first symptom is heaviness, a slowing of the limbs, a weight behind the eyes. A crew member in the early phase of oxygen depletion does not feel alarm. He feels tired. By the time he understands that something is wrong, the window to act has already closed. This failure mode was not theoretical in 2003. It had been documented in other navies. Engineering solutions existed, automatic engine shutdown systems triggered by real-time oxygen sensors, implemented in more modern vessel designs. Ming 361 was not equipped with those systems. The vulnerability was known. The protection was absent. The Yellow Sea in early April produces wave heights of 2 to 4 meters in the northern sector, sufficient to periodically submerge a snorkel head at operating depth. Ming 361 was at snorkel depth, charging batteries, diesel engines running, standard profile. At some point, the exact moment has never been officially reconstructed, the snorkel check valve failed. The physical evidence points to one cause. The Chinese government has never confirmed it. The engines continued running. There was no automatic shutdown, no real-time sensor feeding data to a cutoff switch, no system designed to interrupt the process when ventilation was lost. Based on the interior volume of a Type 035 hull and the consumption rate of its engines under operational load, the breathable oxygen aboard Ming 361 would have dropped below the cognitive function threshold within approximately 2 minutes of the ventilation failure. 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, 71 men went from running a training exercise to being unable to perform a coordinated action. Not a single distress signal was transmitted. Not because no one tried, because no one had time. When the boarding party opened the hatch 23 days later, the crew of Ming 361 was exactly where the oxygen had found them. At the navigation station, at the engine controls, at the communications panel, at their posts, doing their jobs, until the air ran out. That is what happened inside the hull. It does not explain what happened in the 7 days between when the submarine was found and when the Chinese government told anyone about it. 7 days. And that silence is a different kind of failure. The submarine was found on April 25th. The families were not told. Not that day. Not the next day. Not for 7 days. Somewhere in China, 71 families were still waiting for a ship that had already been found. Still expecting a phone call that would say, "He's coming home." Still not knowing that the phone call would never come, and that the government already knew. On May 2nd, Xinhua published a brief statement. Mechanical malfunction. Training exercise. Casualties confirmed. No timeline. No cause. No description of what the boarding party found when they opened the hatch. The families learned what the world learned. At the same time, from a news agency, 71 men died at their posts. The institution that sent them there took 7 days to say so. Within weeks, the Chinese government publicly dismissed the commander of the North Sea Fleet, the political commissar, and multiple subordinate officers. The dismissals were announced through official channels. For an institution that almost never acknowledges internal failures in public, this was a deliberate signal. It was also a substitute for explanation. The accountability was performed. In public. Visibly. The structural problem, the absence of automatic shutdown, the known vulnerability of the Snorkel system, was never addressed in any document accessible to the public. Whether the protection that could have saved 71 lives was retrofitted to the remaining vessels in the class has never been confirmed. The official record of what was changed does not exist in public form. Officers were dismissed, a brief announcement was made, and then the institutional response ended. The engineering gap that made the accident possible was left without a public answer. The crew of Ming 361 did not die because they made mistakes. They died because the cost of protecting them was measured against something, and found too high. What it was measured against was never stated. 14 years later, in the South Atlantic, the crew of ARA San Juan would face an identical category of risk. Same diesel-electric architecture, same snorkel depth procedure, same absence of automatic shutdown, different ocean, different flag, different decade. The engineering gap was the same. The question was never why a valve failed. Valves fail. That is the premise of all safety engineering. The question is why the system was allowed to keep running, without a mechanism to stop that failure before it became fatal. Neither government has answered that, in public. Before you go, drop a comment and tell me where you're watching from. This channel reaches people I never expected, and every time I cover a story like this, one the official record tries to keep quiet. Knowing where it lands matters. Tell me where you are.